have you here.
Good to see you here.
So you just heard the President of the United States there speaking at the United Nations. Your reaction to what you heard?
It was a very powerful statement of the President Obama, and I think this is a very important message both to Iranian nuclear program, to the Cuban initiative, but most important for me, it was three very strong messages about Ukraine.
It was a stronger message than we have heard previously in terms of more tough talk on Russia. Was it enough for you?
I think this is a strong message. The details we can discuss with the President Obama during our meeting here in the framework of the General Assembly, but the statement was evidencing that the top priority on the meeting between the President Putin and President Obama would be Ukraine, that the United States are demonstrating the very strong solidarity with Ukraine. The sanction is the answer on Russian aggression, and the United States cannot stay aside because that situation can happen anywhere in the world. The United States support the European integration of Ukraine and recognize the will of Ukrainian people, and the people of United States and people of Ukraine will consolidate it in the values of democracy, Christianity.
Let me jump in there and ask you, Mr. President, what do you think is going to happen in Ukraine right now? Is Putin trying to gain more territory?
This is absolutely, I'm absolutely sure that Ukraine will gain the sovereignty, the territorial integrity on the occupied territory. And this is my peace plan, actually. We are ready for the dialogue. This is the main purpose of the Minsk agreement. Fortunately, we have a very fragile but ceasefire. But now the Minsk agreement is in a very big danger because Russia planned to provide illegal, fake, untransparent election which can kill the Minsk process, because we want to have a democratic
What do you mean
procedure.
An election process that can kill the Minsk process?
Fake election,
a fake
untransparent, which is not meet the criteria of the OSCE, which is not representing the will of Ukrainian people there.
What is his ultimate goal in your view?
Just to frozen the conflict, just to keep this territory under Russian control, just to make and try to influence on Ukraine, trying to destabilize the situation and to prevent our European integration. But the unity of Ukraine demonstrated that we do not give any chance to Russia to stop our European movement. And now we have an evidence that the sanction and the transatlantic solidarity between United States, European Union and Ukraine introducing the effective sanction, it is working. And the President Obama also said that the ruble is devaluated, the direct foreign investment is going from the Russia.
It's tough. It's certainly tough. Let me share with you something that he said on 60 Minutes last night, where he insisted, Mr. President, that he is respecting the sovereignty of Ukraine. What do you make of that statement, Mr. President?
We can accept that if we do not have the at least 32,000 Russian-backed terrorists and 9,000 of the regular Russian occupation troops directly on my territory, on the occupied territory of Ukraine by Russia.
President Poroshenko, some, including actually Hillary Clinton, have compared Vladimir Putin to one of the most despised and heinous men in history, Adolf Hitler. When you look at the territorial land grab that's happening there in Ukraine, what is your impression of him, and what is your impression of those comparisons?
I hate the idea to compare Vladimir Putin with anybody else, but I think this is the personal responsibility of Russia for aggression against my country. For every single life, from 6,000 civilians were killed either by Russian weapons or by Russian soldiers. The 2,000 Ukrainian soldiers, which give their lives, Ukrainian hero, defending the territorial integrity, sovereignty and independence of their own land. This is Ukrainian territory, and there is no any explanation what Russian troops doing on my territory. There is no any excuse or any explanation for the annexation of Crimea last year, and this unfortunately has an absolutely direct parallel with the Anschluss of Austria in year 1938. In that connection, we demand immediate withdrawal of all the foreign troops, exactly like it's mentioned in the Minsk agreement, immediate close the border, internationally recognized border, and renew the effective mechanism for providing global security.
This is what you want, but do you think Vladimir Putin will do it?
I think that there is no any other way out. If we want to restore the global law and order, there is no any other way out, because Russia, and President Obama confirmed it today with their speech, that Russia paid already the huge price. We do not need the support by the soldiers. Ukrainian soldiers and Ukrainian armed forces are ready to defend ourselves, giving their life by Ukrainian land. But we need the international solidarity and the transatlantic unity in reaction of the Russian aggression.
What do you
and
need
Russian
from the United
annexation.
States? We've given you $1 billion. We announced that last spring in 2014. What is it that you want from the President and the United States of America to help you confront this threat?
First, we need a political solidarity and political support on the highest level. We have it now both from the United States people, from the United States Congress, from the administration of the United States. We need now to keep and increase the pressure. Point number two, we need the financial assistance, and because Ukraine is suffering a lot because of the war, because we have a very big crisis of the internally displaced person. Can you imagine that 1,500,000 people should go from the occupied territory to other Ukraine part, and Ukrainian government is settled with that. Point number three, we need the assistance of the United States and our European partners in the reform. And point number four, we need the military technical cooperation, because that is the investment not in the helping and assisting Ukraine, but we assist not only our territorial integrity and sovereignty, but we defend the freedom and democracy.
Very quickly, before I let you go, we did hear on 60 Minutes last night, Vladimir Putin said that the United States had a hand in your election, Mr. President. What is your response to that and the ouster of your predecessor?
Last year we have the most free and most fair presidential election, with the participation of the thousands and thousands international observers, and this election, which was recognized as the sample of the very democratic election with the participation of all the political parties. And by the way, the Russia itself recognized its election as free and fair. And now this
So is he lying when he says that?
Yes.
Does he do a lot of that?
I think this is the part of the very powerful Russian propaganda against Ukraine, against Europe, and against the United States. And this danger is not less than the aggression and annexation. And we should be together, we should demonstrate the unity, we should demonstrate the solidarity. And in this case, no propaganda can work. And I thank you, by the way, the Fox TV, for giving me the opportunity to deliver this point of view, which can deliver the important information, because my top priority is to keep Ukraine among the top interests both in Europe and in the United States. This is the key element for keeping democracy and for surviving Ukraine. Yeah, thank you very much indeed for that.
President Poroshenko, thank you.